created it by hand. From mighty mountains to the raging sea, to every leaf on every single tree. It's in the holy book. Just open up and take a look. It's a story for young and old, the greatest story ever told. So lend an ear and you will hear the greatest story. The greatest story.
In the land of Israel, there was a prophet named Jonah. A prophet taught other people about God and his love. Jonah told his friends and neighbors that God loved all people. And like God, Jonah tried to love all people and all creatures.
Your fish looks fresh today, Ophir.
Yes, Jonah, the freshest you will ever meet or eat.
You know how much I love eating fish. And I'll take a bag of peanuts. I see someone just as hungry as I am. Hungry, little dove? Here, take some of mine. We're all God's creatures. Sounds like someone's having an argument.
This is my pot.
No, it is mine.
I saw it first.
No, I did.
I needed to carry water.
I needed to carry raisins.
Stop!
No.
Fighting never solves anything. Besides, you're making me dizzy. My friends, please. God doesn't want you fighting. It upsets him. Now neither of you gets the pot. You were acting badly, just like someone from the city of Nineveh. Do you want God to think we act like the Ninevites?
No. No, Jonah.
Sorry, Jonah.
The Ninevites are enemies of our people. I heard they stole a boat full of fish.
Yes, they are thieves.
Yes, they are very bad people. See what happens when you fight.
From now on, we will act like Israelites and not be bad like the Ninevites.
So Jonah had a very important job. He taught people about God's laws. There came a day when God had an even bigger job for Jonah.
Hello, Jonah.
God, it's nice to hear your voice.
I have an important job for you.
What is it? I will do anything for you.
There are some people who are not obeying my laws, Jonah. Look what they're doing. The people of Nineveh steal. They are not kind to each other. The children of Nineveh do not take care of older people. Others are lazy. And their king pretends not to see the problems. He only cares about eating all day and wearing fancy clothes.
Yes, the Ninevites are bad. Send a flood or an earthquake to punish them.
No, they are bad because they don't know about me. No one has taught them my laws. Jonah, your job is to go to Nineveh and tell them about me.
Me? Go to Nineveh? I can't. Please give me some other job.
Tell them of my love.
But they are the enemies of my friends and neighbors.
You must go, Jonah, right now. In 40 days, I will punish them for being bad.
But if you're going to punish them, why should I go tell them about you at all? I don't understand. The Ninevites should be punished for being bad. But what if I tell them all about God and they change? Then maybe God won't punish them. I can't do something to help my enemies.
Jonah was so confused, he asked his friends what he should do.
You know, it's funny, Jonah. Usually, we come to you with questions.
This time, I want to know what you think. How can I preach to the enemies of the Israelites?
Simple. You can't.
Ophir is right, Jonah. Don't go there. Don't tell them about God.
You do have a problem, Jonah. If you don't preach to them, you disobey God. If you do preach to them, you'll disappoint all your friends.
Nobody said being a prophet was easy, Ophir. Wait, I know. I'll just hide from God.
Sure, but where can you hide from God?
Why, in your store, of course. I know my plan will work, Ophir. If I hide here for 40 days, then God will punish the Ninevites and no one will be mad at me.
You call this a hiding place? Here, let me help you.
Ophir, you don't have to go to that much trouble.
Look, if you're going to hide from God, you've got to do it right. There! And my shop's never been cleaner.
Ophir, do you have any flour for baking biscuits?
Yes, yes, in that basket. There. No! Wait! No! No!
Now that everything's cleaned up, goodbye, Ophir.
What? But Jonah, why are you leaving?
I'm in the way, and I can't hide from God here in Israel. It's the first place he'd look for me.
So where will you go?
As far away from Nineveh as I can. I'll travel to the other side of the world, to a city called Tarshish. God will never find me there.
We'll miss you, Jonah.
Thank you. I have a very lonely trip ahead of me because God will not be with me.
So Jonah traveled as far away as he could to run away from God. First, he walked across dry deserts. Then he climbed high mountains. He finally came to the town of Joppa and found a ship that was going to sail for Tarshish.
Captain, my name is Jonah. Can I sail with you to Tarshish?
Sorry, Jonah. This ship only carries sailors and cargo. Besides, it's bad luck to bring a stranger on board, you know.
The sailors on this ship weren't Israelites. They believed in many different gods.
Ahoy, mate! Help me with this statue!
Sure. Why not?
What?
Please, Captain, I must sail away with you.
Why?
Because I am running away from God.
Why?
Because he gave me a job to do and I won't do it. I must hide so he won't find me.
Did you see that? A dove. He flew right to Jonah. A dove is a sign of good luck, Captain. Very good luck.
With Jonah on board, we will have safe passage.
They're right. Welcome aboard, Jonah.
So Jonah set sail across the vast sea, headed to faraway Tarshish. Jonah saw that the sailors didn't pray to God. They worshiped statues made of stone.
Excuse me, what are you doing?
Feeding the god of water. If he has a full stomach, he'll make the seas calm.
But this isn't a god. It's just a rock. My God is the real one. He created the sea, the sky, the animals, all of us, everything.
One God created all that? I don't think so, Jonah. See, this is the sun god, the god of the wind, the god of plenty. With so much in the world, you need a lot of gods.
Yeah, no one god can rule over everything.
Yes, God does. He is the one and only God.
Well then, if he is so wonderful, why are you running away from him?
He wants me to go to Nineveh and tell them about him. But they are the enemies of my people, and we'd be better off without them.
Oh, no! Captain, I've never seen a storm like that. Me either. We're in trouble. Whoa! Take down the sails! Help! Help! Grab our hands! Men! The ship is sinking! Help me toss the cargo overboard! Good. We're safe now.
No! Nothing can save our ship.
Wait! What about the gods? Quick, everyone pray to the gods!
The sailors prayed to their gods, but the storm just grew stronger.
Someone has brought our ship bad luck. Very bad luck. We must find out who it is.
Let's throw lots. Then we'll know who brought this storm.
The captain and his crew, being superstitious, believed that pieces of wood and bone would tell them who brought bad luck to their ship.
There! The lots point to the man who brought us bad luck. It's Jonah! Where did you come from? And who are your people?
I am an Israelite, and I worship the God of heaven. I'm running away from him.
And he has found you.
Jonah, what can we do?
How do we make the storm go away?
Throw me overboard. You must save yourselves.
Please, Captain, we have no choice. We must throw Jonah into the sea.
His God is more powerful than any of our gods.
Jonah, I'm sorry. We've done everything we could do.
I know, Captain. It's not your fault. I made God angry. It's me, not you, who should be punished.
God of the Israelites, we're sorry for having to throw Jonah into the sea.
Jonah. May your God forgive you, Jonah.
Jonah found himself in the whale's belly. Now he was really alone.
God, I'm sorry for trying to hide from you. Do you hear me, God?
Jonah prayed to God for 3 days and 3 nights.
It's so dark inside this well, and I'm lost at the bottom of the sea. I was a fool to run from you. Now I know just what you want from me. In the belly of a whale, one day has gone by. I promise to be true, and all you ask I'll do. In the belly of a whale, oh please hear my cry. Never will I hide. Your word will be my guide. From the belly of a whale, what can I do to thank you, Lord? What offer can I make? Look in my heart and you will find my life is yours to take. In the belly of a whale, 2 days have gone by. I promise to be true, and all you ask I'll do. In the belly of a whale, can you hear my cry? Never will I hide. Your word will be my guide. From the belly of a whale, now I can feel you near. I know that you are here. You have heard my plea and come to set me free. Set me free. In the belly of a whale, 3 days have gone by. I promise to be true, and all you ask I'll do. In the belly of a whale, I know you hear my cry. Never will I hide. Your word will be my guide. From the belly of, the belly of, from the belly of a whale.
After that, Jonah was no longer alone.
Hello, Jonah.
Oh, God, I'm so glad that you're here with me.
You tried to hide from me.
Oh, yes, and I now know that was really, really wrong.
Jonah, you have learned your lesson. Come on, let's get you out of here. Jonah, Nineveh is behind that hill. Hurry, go tell them about me and about my love.
God, I'm ready to do it now.
So Jonah went to Nineveh. And what he had to say was so wonderful. All of the people listened. They believed, and best of all, they changed.
God says we shouldn't steal from each other. We are all brothers and sisters in this world. Would you steal from your own family? God says we shouldn't hurt anyone weaker than us. Since we are all God's children, we should protect each other. Children, stop. God says we should honor our elders. Don't forget, they helped raise us and looked after us.
Even the children were changed, and they gathered around Jonah just like sheep around their shepherd.
Hey, farmer, God says we all have jobs to do and we should work hard. We should listen to him since he's the one who gave this wonderful world to us. O King of the Ninevites, this is no way to lead your people. God tells us to care for one another.
Ha! Why should I care what your God thinks?
Because he is going to punish everyone in this city for being bad. Nineveh will be like this grape. Please believe me, King of the Ninevites. I was sent by the one and the only God. You only have a few days.
I do believe you, Jonah.
Then know his love and obey his laws. That's all he wants.
Jonah told the king all about God's laws.
My people, people of Nineveh, hear me. For 1 week, all of us must fast. No one will eat anything for 7 days, and all of us will wear rags. If we do this, we will show Jonah's God how sorry we are for acting so badly.
After Jonah told the Ninevites about God and his laws, they changed their ways. Jonah then left the city. He sat on a hill above Nineveh to watch God punish them.
Jonah, I'm proud of you. The Ninevites have changed their ways.
But aren't you still going to punish them?
I am not going to punish anyone, Jonah.
But God, they are such bad people. Shouldn't they be punished?
They have heard my voice through you, Jonah, and have changed their hearts. I love them as I love the Israelites, as I love all people.
I was afraid of this. I saved the enemies of my people.
Go home, Jonah. It will be okay.
No, wait! Please, God. I am more confused than ever.
Jonah didn't know what to do, where to go. He just started walking into the desert. Unfortunately, the desert was hot and he didn't have any food.
I'm so tired, hungry, and thirsty. Thank you, God. Thank you for this plant and for saving me.
The next morning, the plant was dead, and Jonah was mad. He was mad because God let a worm destroy the plant.
Jonah, why are you angry?
You let this wonderful plant die that gave me food and shelter, like you took away my hope yesterday when you didn't punish the Ninevites.
You're mad because the plant is dead. You cared more about this small plant than the whole city of Nineveh, but you didn't do anything to keep it alive.
So?
How do you think I'd feel if I punished all the people of Nineveh? There are men, women, and children that I made and cared for over many years. They never knew or loved me until you came. Shouldn't I still care about them?
Yes. Yes, you should.
Go home and tell your friends about Nineveh and the plant.
So Jonah went home.
I can't wait to see my friends and eat all my favorite foods. Except for one food. It's going to be a long time before I eat fish again.
Jonah was accepted back by his friends, and he spent the rest of his life teaching about God's laws, and especially about God's love.
began, how God created it by hand. From mighty mountains to the raging sea, to every leaf on every single tree. It's in the holy book. Just open up and take a look. It's a story for young and old, the greatest story ever told. So lend an ear and you will hear the greatest story. The greatest story.
Long ago, God sent his prophet Samuel to find the future king of the Israelites.
Samuel, go to Jesse's house in Bethlehem. There you will find the new king over all Israel.
I wonder who that is.
My sons, come into the house. There is a guest here to see you.
Huh? Oh. David, you stay there and look after the sheep. We're going inside.
Jesse, you say you have 8 sons?
Yes, and they are such fine young men. Here they come.
Oh!
Which one could it be? Surely this must be God's chosen one.
No, Samuel. You are thinking too much about what he looks like. You must look inside. You must look at his heart.
Wait. There are only 7 here. Don't you have another son?
Yes, but he is the youngest and the smallest. See him off there guarding the sheep?
Him? No, it couldn't be him. Could it? Thank you. I will leave now.
You must look at his heart.
What's your name, son?
David.
God has told me that you will be the new king of Israel someday.
God is my friend. He helps me save my sheep.
Yes, and one day I hope you save us all. Goodbye, David.
Goodbye, and God bless.
David's 3 older brothers were called away.
David, come over here and pray with me as I bless the men of the family for battle.
To go fight for the people of Israel.
Eliab, Abinadab, Shammah, may the Lord bless you and keep you, and bring you safely home from battle.
But Father!
What, son?
You didn't bless me. I want to fight for Israel.
Don't worry about us, Father. We're old enough.
And strong enough. We can hardly wait to fight the enemy of God's chosen people, the evil Philistines.
We'll win and be home before you know it, David.
Hey, wait, everybody! Wait! Don't leave without me. Please. Please let me go, Father. I want to fight for the people of Israel, too. What's so funny? I may be small, but I'm brave. Why, just the other day, I saved our whole flock of sheep from a huge, ferocious lion. I hit him with a stone from my sling, and knocked him clean out. Want to see how good I'm getting?
Whoa!
No, David, not now.
First, I had to sock that lion right on his nose. Bang! And then I shook that rascal by his whiskers. And then I pulled his jaws apart and rescued our little lamb. And then... I'm not afraid of those Philistines. Oh! So please, Father, please let me go fight too. Whoa!
Guarding sheep isn't exactly the same as fighting the big bad Philistines, little David.
Stay home, little brother. Father needs your help to watch over the sheep, and Father can watch over you.
Grow up, little lamb. You may be brave enough to fight, but you're just too little.
Abinadab, Shammah, time to go. Goodbye, Father.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Someday I'll go to battle for the people of Israel, Father. Someday.
Now the two great armies met for war in the middle of a vast valley. King Saul led the army of Israelites. But the enemy, the Philistines, had a giant on their side. The giant came marching across the valley toward the army of the Israelites. His legs were as big as tree trunks, his arms were strong as iron, and his steps made the whole earth tremble.
I am Goliath, the giant, and all of you are nothing but King Saul's little servants. Even if all of you fight me together, you can never beat me! So spare yourselves. I dare you, choose just one man brave enough to fight.
Huh?
Not me.
Not me.
Not me either.
Just one man. If he beats me, all of my men will be your servants. But if I slay him, all of you shall be our servants forever. Now, who is brave enough to fight a giant? Just step forward. I'll be waiting.
Every morning and evening for 40 days, Goliath marched to the center of the valley and gave his great battle cry.
Fight me today!
Not me.
Not yesterday.
Not today either.
None of us are brave enough to fight a 10-foot giant. Or foolish enough.
You are nothing but cowards!
He said it. He's right.
You bet he's right.
Well, what do my brothers think?
Could I?
Whoa! No, don't even think about it. I'll try to...
Whoa! You're not risking your life for him. Maybe I'll...
Neither are you, Eliab. It's not worth it. Not even to marry King Saul's daughter.
Oh, but wouldn't it be great? Being rewarded with the princess's hand in marriage for beating the giant?
Oh, I wish this was over and we could go home to Father in Bethlehem.
The king will come up with a plan. You watch.
Bet I can get 5 in a row. Now remember, never be afraid.
David, that was a good shot, son.
Did you see that, Father? Maybe now you'll let me go join the army and fight with King Saul and the Israelites.
No, son, I told you before. They won't take you. You're too young to be a soldier. And you've got to get some more meat on those bones of yours.
But Father, I'm strong and I can run like a deer.
I said no, David. Now do as I ask and take this food to your brothers. Then hurry home to tell me how they are. Now be careful, son. I pray you will bring good news.
Who will fight me today?
Whoa!
Is there one man brave enough to fight? Are all the Israelites nothing but cowards?
Oh my God!
Ho, 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 ho!
Eliab! Abinadab! Shammah! What are you doing? Why are you running away?
You'd better run yourself, if you know what's good for you.
Watch out, boy! But who is that?
It's Goliath, the giant. He's the champion for the Philistines against the people of Israel.
But why won't anyone fight back?
What do you mean? Look at him. He's too strong. He's over 10 feet tall. None of us could even lift his spear.
But what about King Saul?
King Saul will give a rich reward to the man who slays that giant.
He'll even let him marry his own daughter.
And none of you are brave enough to try?
No, because none of us want to die for no reason.
Eliab, why won't you fight? Abinadab, why are you afraid? Shammah, are you afraid of the giant too?
All the soldiers are afraid, little David.
Yes, little brother. Aren't you afraid too?
You're too young to be here at all, David.
Yes, little brother. Go home and take care of sheep where it's safe.
No, I can't. Someone has to fight Goliath.
But who? Everyone here is afraid.
I'll fight the giant. I'm not afraid.
You?
Yes. God is stronger than Goliath. And God will help me. Go tell King Saul, I'm not afraid.
I have news for King Saul.
What news?
So, there's this Israelite champion who's really a young shepherd boy. Says he wants to fight for King Saul and the Israelites. Says God will help him fight the giant. And he's never even been trained as a soldier.
Well, tell the foolish lad to go home. King Saul is no use for jokes out here on the battlefield. Tell the boy.
Tell the boy to come here.
But sire.
Joab, bring the boy here to me. Now. I wonder who he is. I wonder why he's the only one brave enough to fight the giant.
He is, I understand, a giant of a man, and I am not. His spear appears to be the size of a small tree, and all I've got is a slingshot. This Philistine is large, but I know who's in charge. I have a giant of a God, you see, bigger than the trouble in front of me. And even 9 feet tall starts looking pretty small next to the giant of a God with me. I fought the roaring lion, sent the wolves home crying every time. And with a little faith, I was not afraid. The fight was God's, not mine. This Philistine is large, but I know who's in charge. I have a giant of a God, you see, bigger than the trouble in front of me. Even 9 feet tall starts looking pretty small next to the giant of a God with me. I have a giant of a God, you see, bigger than
the little hero?
Looks like he couldn't fight a flea.
Make way for the little giant killer.
I don't see any giant killer. I don't see anyone.
Neither do I. Silence! Make way for this boy.
Huh?
I said make way for the shepherd boy. The king wants to see him.
Oh, yes.
Certainly, Commander. Right away, sir.
Your Majesty, I am...
Silence! Let the boy speak.
Please, sir, don't be afraid of the giant. With God's help, I'll fight him for you. I'll fight Goliath for you and for all of the people of Israel.
But how can a boy like you fight Goliath? You can't match him in size or strength or skill, my boy. Why, you've never even been trained for battle.
It's true, Your Majesty. I am young and small. But God will make me strong. If God saves my sheep, God will save me from this giant. Now let me fight the giant for you and the people of Israel.
Yes, little David, and may God be with you. Joab, get my sword and shield. Get my armor. Put them on young David.
Huh?
Joab, I said dress the boy for battle.
Huh? Yes. Yes, Your Majesty. Well, didn't you hear King Saul? Do as he says.
I can hardly pick up your sword, Your Majesty. And your shield is much too heavy for me.
But, David...
God's help is all the armor I need. Please help me, God. Help me fight Goliath the giant for the people of Israel. Can you hear me, Goliath the giant? I am ready to fight.
Ha! Do you think you can fight with sticks and stones? You'll be sorry!
You fight me with your sharp sword and heavy spear, Goliath, but I fight you in the name of God.
Goliath! He's dead! Hooray!
Run! Run for your lives!
Look at those cowards run!
Yes! After them!
Come back here!
And the Israelites chased the Philistines away.
The boy killed the giant! Goliath is dead! But where is the boy? Joab, bring him here to me.
Little brother!
It is you!
Our brave baby brother David.
Bring the boy here to King Saul.
Thank you, my son.
Thank God, Your Majesty.
And that is how little David beat Goliath the giant with the help of God. This was only one of the many great adventures God had planned for David. David the shepherd boy grew up to become a great king who served God. Throughout David's long and adventurous life, he always remembered the comforting words of God.
how the world began, how God created it by hand. From mighty mountains to the raging sea, to every leaf on every single tree. It's in the holy book. Just open up and take a look. It's a story for young and old, the greatest story ever told. So lend an ear and you will hear the greatest story. The greatest story.
Many years ago, in a land called Egypt, there lived a very mean king. Egyptian kings were called pharaohs.
Faster! Better! More!
The Pharaoh made all of the people of Israel living in Egypt work as slaves. They had to build the buildings and lift many heavy things. They had no time to rest and little to eat. They were not free, and they were very unhappy. But the worst thing of all was, one day the Pharaoh decided that the firstborn sons of the Israelites would be killed.
Oh no! They won't get my baby. I'll find some way to save him.
Jochebed, the mother of Moses, decided to float her baby down the river.
Shh, don't be afraid. I won't let the Pharaoh hurt you. Your sister Miriam will be right here to make sure you're safe. What's that?
A baby!
Oh, this poor baby needs a home. I'll take him to the palace and take care of him there.
Excuse me, Princess. If you need a nurse for the baby, I know a good one who lives nearby. Her name is Jochebed.
Thank you. Bring her to the palace.
They named the baby Moses, and he was raised in the Pharaoh's palace as an Egyptian. But Jochebed was near Moses while he was a child to teach him right from wrong.
Ha! Moses, time for your lessons. Now, did you do your homework?
Sure I did. When I went out this morning, I saw a slave master hitting one of the Israelites.
He was wrong, Moses. All people should be treated with respect.
And Jochebed taught him that the Israelites in Egypt were unhappy because they were not free. Many years later, when Moses grew up to be a strong young man, he came upon some Egyptians who were treating people very poorly.
You're lazy. Get up, and get back to work right now, or else.
Leave him alone. You shouldn't treat anyone like that.
He deserves it. He's pretending he's hungry and tired because he's too lazy to work. I'm teaching him a lesson about...
Leave him alone!
It was very unusual for someone to help an Israelite like that. Everyone told each other what happened. Moses was sure he had done the right thing. But he knew the Pharaoh would be very angry. So Moses left Egypt all by himself, knowing that he was really an Israelite. He wanted to go to another land where he would not have to see his people be treated so badly. After traveling for 40 days, Moses found himself in the land of Midian. In Midian, Moses got married and had a family. He lived in Midian for so long that he almost forgot about Egypt and about the poor Israelites. Until one day, Moses was looking after a flock of sheep up in the hills, and it was there that he saw an amazing sight.
Come here, little guy. I'll get you. Now I've got you. Huh?
Moses, come closer.
Who's there?
God. The Israelites in Egypt are unhappy because they are not free. Go to the Pharaoh and tell him to let my people go.
Why have you chosen me?
Don't be afraid. I will be with you.
But will they believe me?
I will give you signs to show the people that I am with you. Throw your staff on the ground. Now reach down and pick it up by the tail. Trust me, the people will believe you. Now go.
And so Moses returned to Egypt to do what God said.
Are you Moses? I have heard about you. What are you doing back here after all these years?
I am here because God sent me. He wants you to free the people of Israel.
Oh, he does he? Too bad for him. Who is this God, anyway? I've never heard of him. Have you?
No, sir, your most royal, wonderful highness.
Well then, this God of yours must not exist, right?
Yes, your most royal, wonderful highness.
Right. You there, come here. We're too nice to the Israelites. After all, they have a big, strong God on their side. Tell my slave masters not to give them any more straw for the bricks they make. From now on, they have to find their own straw.
Yes, your most royal, wonderful.
I said go! Ha! Don't try and tell me what to do. I'm the Pharaoh.
It's time for your bath, your royal highness.
I won't give up that easily.
And so Moses returned.
God wants you to let the Israelites go free.
Oh, haven't we already done this? It'll take a miracle before I listen to another word you're saying.
See the power of God, the only true and living God.
Oh! Silence! Nothing but foolish tricks. Besides, watch this. Think twice before you try to trick me again.
I am not trying to trick you. I am warning you. God can perform many miracles.
Ha! That proves nothing. Get out of my sight.
I'll be back.
And the next morning, Moses did come back.
Pharaoh, let the Israelites go free. If you do not, God will let plagues happen to Egypt. The plagues will bring very bad things.
No!
See for yourself the power of God.
It is blood.
Just another magic trick. Ugh! Go away! You? Again? What do you want now?
Let my people go. If you don't, God will let frogs come all over the land. Frogs will sleep in your bed and eat your food and...
Frogs? I love frogs. Why, when I was a little boy... never mind about that right now. Who cares about a few frogs? Get out of here! Find Moses and bring him to me. Now. You! Make the frogs go away.
Do you promise to let the Israelites go free?
Yes, yes. Just get rid of these pesky things.
God made the frogs go away, but the Pharaoh didn't keep his promise. He did not free the people of Israel. So God allowed more plagues to happen in Egypt. God let lots and lots of gnats come to Egypt. They flew everywhere. Flies flew everywhere. But the Pharaoh still wouldn't let the Israelites go, so the animals got very sick. And then boils grew on the skins of the Egyptians. And terrible hail fell down from the skies. And the locusts came. And ate their clothes. Next, everything was as dark as night for 3 whole days. Each time a plague happened to Egypt, the Pharaoh promised to let the people of Israel go free. But each time he changed his mind and broke his promise.
Now will you let the people of Israel leave?
No, I will not.
I've tried to warn you, but you won't listen. Please hear me now, or you'll be very sorry. The last plague will be the worst. The firstborn sons of the Egyptians will die.
What has your God done? He has taken my son from me. Leave Egypt at once and take your people with you.
Moses told the Israelites to get ready to leave Egypt right away. He knew the Pharaoh might change his mind again. So they packed and left as fast as they could.
I can't believe we're actually going.
It's just as Moses promised.
A land where we could be free. It seems like a dream.
But it's not a dream. At last, we're on our way home.
Single file for a while, then scatter to and fro. Trusting Moses knows his way, singing as we go. Mighty Moses and the Israelites, thousands of sandals in the sand. Mighty Moses, what an amazing sight, leading us on to the promised land. The day has dawned to journey on to a brand new place. A fire will light our way by night, a cloud will guide by day. Mighty Moses and the Israelites, thousands of sandals in the sand. Mighty Moses, what an amazing sight, leading us on to the promised land. Hand in hand through desert sand, answering God's call, following our leader's lead to freedom for us all. Mighty Moses and the Israelites, thousands of sandals in the sand. Mighty Moses, what an amazing sight, leading us on to the promised land. Mighty Moses and the Israelites, thousands of sandals in the sand. Mighty Moses, what an amazing sight, leading us on to the promised land.
And so, finally, the people of Israel left Egypt on the way to their homeland, the land of freedom. By day, a pillar of smoke guided them. And by night, a pillar of fire showed them the way. But back at the palace, the Pharaoh had changed his mind again.
I was a fool to let them go. Who will build our pyramids and grow our food and fan me when it is warm? We must get the Israelites back. Call my chariot.
In the meantime, the Israelites had reached the Red Sea.
Moses, look behind us. The Pharaoh's army.
They'll be here soon. Oh no!
Moses, what have you done to us? We would have been better off living unhappily in Egypt rather than dying here in the desert.
Don't be afraid. God will protect us.
Don't hurry, Moses. Rest tonight. Tomorrow morning, raise your hand and stretch out your staff over the sea. It will part, and you will be able to go through on dry land.
Stop! We will stay here till morning. Then we'll recapture them.
And when morning came, Moses stood by the sea and waved his hand over the waters. And the sea parted, just as God had promised.
Come on, follow me.
After them!
Here they come again. What are we going to do?
Just wait.
Then the sea fell upon the Egyptian army and stopped them.
Thank you, God, for saving us.
The Israelites passed through the Sinai Desert on their way to the land of Israel. When they were hungry, God sent them food.
Mother, look! What is it?
It was sweet, tasty bread that God had sent to feed the people. The Israelites called it manna, which meant, "What is it?" When the Israelites were thirsty, God sent them water.
I want milk instead.
When the Israelites reached Mount Sinai in the middle of the desert, they set up camp near the foot of the mountain. It was time for God to give the people His laws.
What is happening, Moses? What does God want?
God is calling me. I'm sure He has great plans for us. I must go ahead.
And Moses climbed to the top of the mountain.
I am ready for you.
I have rules that I want to give the people of Israel. If they follow them, I will protect the people. Chisel out 2 stones and I will write them down. Always respect your father and mother. Do not kill anybody. Do not steal anything.
God gave many other laws. He also told Moses how to build the home of worship where the Israelites would pray to God. God also told Moses that everybody should rest on the 7th day, just like He did when He created the world.
Thank you, God.
And this is how Moses led the people of Israel back to their homeland with the power of God and His sacred laws. These laws are called the 10 Commandments. Throughout the long journey, God helped Moses guide the Israelites home.